The third session of Needham's annual town meeting opened with addressing articles for special town meeting. Natalie Guthrie tells us all about it.
There were 12 articles on the special town meeting warrant.
5.
6 were passed by unanimous consent, while another 6 were passed after discussion. Article 8 acquired the property at 89 School Street and 59 Lincoln Street for $1,175,000 and also asked to allot $125,000 for renovations, as well as possible future expansion for the police and fire departments. Some town meeting members, however, questioned if there were any definitive plans for the future use of the land.
It's an awful lot of money to spend for parking. If we're going to also say that it is for the expansion or potential expansion of the police and fire station, before we spend $1.2 million on the property, whether we have debt ceiling room or not, shouldn't we understand what the exact needs of the police and fire station expansion are and what those plans are? Because it's an awful lot of money to spend, whether we have the debt ceiling and whether we can fund it over 20 years or 5 years, whatever it is anyway.
In the end, town meeting voted to pass the article. There were also questions about Article 10, 11, and 12. Article 10 would appropriate funds to the Workers' Compensation Reserve Fund. Article 11 would appropriate funds to the Capital Improvement Fund. And Article 12 would appropriate funds to the Capital Facility Fund. Some felt these funds could be better placed in other areas and questioned if it was wise to earmark them.
So we're making statements when we create and fund these reserve funds, and they may be statements that each of us want to think about in terms of, does that favor or hurt my particular pet project?
I guess I don't understand why we would be transferring $35,000 into a fund out of which we could not access the money, except if an item has been on the capital plan for 3 years and there's a 2/3 vote of town meeting, whereas if it just goes and gets certified as free cash, we could appropriate it in fiscal 14 as part of cash capital with just a majority vote.
This is an emergency funding vehicle that we want to put in place when times are good, so that when times aren't good, we have somewhere to turn to get the necessary funding.
In the end, town meeting members approved Article 10, bringing the Workers' Compensation Reserve Fund up to 90% of its total goal. They also approved Article 11, which brought the Capital Improvement Fund up to 86% of its total goal, and Article 12, which appropriates funds to the Capital Facility Fund. The regular session of town meeting kicked off with a discussion about Article 23, a citizen's petition for a Citizens United resolution. The group voted in favor of a resolution that urged state legislators to push for an amendment to the U.S. Constitution. This type of amendment would overturn the U.S. Supreme Court's decision in the case of Citizens United versus the Federal Election Commission.
11 state attorneys general so far have called for an amendment, including Martha Coakley. I put this up not because I think we should vote the resolution because these towns did, but to show that our numbers are growing and we are gaining collective strength toward this common goal.
The topic garnered a lot of discussion from town meeting members, as well as an amendment to the article that was deemed out of order by town moderator Michael Fee.
In the few minutes I am allotted, I couldn't possibly change anyone's mind, and I imagine most town meeting members have indeed decided in advance how they will vote. To that end, Mr. Moderator, I offer a motion to table Article 23 until the fall meeting of this town meeting. And during that interim period, I will convene a group of interested people.
Okay, Mr. Wallet.
Pardon?
Okay, Mr. Wallet, your time has expired a minute and a half ago. You did not make your motion within the allotted time. You cannot speak to a motion at the end of a speech and then ask for more time to give grounds for it. The motion is out of order. Your time has expired. You must vacate the podium.
For the Needham Channel News, I'm Natalie Guthrie.
Discussion.